James Lee Page Jr., 26W841132.
Special appearance. Fiction.
Oh boy. One of these guys, eh? Your name?
Sir, James Lee.
Your last name's Page, isn't it?
I am of the Page family, but my name is James Lee.
You're not going to play with me this morning.
No, sir, I do not wish to.
Is your last name Page?
Sir, I'm not from legal fiction. I'm a
I don't want to hear this nonsense.
living man.
Listen, you want to play games?
I do not.
Find some other court and some other judge. I'm not going to play with you. Okay.
Dude,
If you're not James Lee Page, then you shouldn't stand up here. And I'm just going to issue a warrant for James Lee Page.
well, that's
Hang on. Either, no,
I'm not trying to.
either you are or you aren't James Lee Page. If you aren't, back away from the podium. If you are, tell me that. I'm not going to play with you. Are you James Lee Page?
I'm a living man.
Back away from the podium.
Sir,
I'll issue a warrant for you.
sir, may
Then back up.
I please ask?
No, you can't ask a question. You're not James Lee Page. You have no business being here. Back away from the podium.
Sir,
You want to end up in the lockup?
I do not. Please.
Back up away from the podium. You're not the defendant.
Hold court, please.
Back up.
Can you give me-
John, stay away. John, stay. John.
Can I please?
No, you're not James Lee Page. Back away from the
Okay,
podium.
sir, I
And
am.
Well, then don't play with me. Then don't lie to
I'm
me.
not trying to lie to you, sir, but you understand that they're trying to act like I'm a little bit.
I'm like,
Sir, it's what it is, no.
The courtroom session begins with a strange interaction. A man stands at the podium, but right away the judge notices something unusual. Your name? The judge asks. The man responds, James Lee. The judge looks at the file. Your last name is Page, isn't it? Instead of answering clearly, the man replies in a confusing way. I am of the Page family, but my name is James. Immediately, the judge realizes something is off. He warns a man that the court is not the place for games. Listen, if you want to play games, the judge says firmly, find another courtroom and another judge. I'm not going to play with you. But the man continues speaking in a strange way. The judge asks again, clearly this time, are you James Lee Page? Instead of answering yes or no, the man says something even more unusual. I'm a living man. At that moment, the judge loses patience. He tells the man to step away from the podium. If he isn't the defendant, back away from the podium. The judge orders, if you're not James Lee Page, you have no business being here. But the man keeps talking, trying to argue about identity and jurisdiction. The judge interrupts again. I'm not playing games with you. Either you are James Lee Page or you're not. The tension in the courtroom quickly rises as the judge realizes he may be dealing with another sovereign citizen argument.
do you want a lawyer to represent you?
At any time, I could hire an attorney, right?
Sure.
Or I don't have to wait any rights for that. Okay.
I'm just telling you, you have the right to a lawyer by law through the MIDC.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I could give you a lawyer right now that will talk to you and represent you at this arraignment and pretrial. If you want me to. If you want to waive your right to a lawyer and say, Judge, I don't want a lawyer, I'm going to go ahead and arraign you. I'm going to explain the charge, possible penalties, and your rights.
Yes, sir.
If you decide you want to hire a lawyer, then you just tell me that and I'll let you go hire it. Okay?
Well, if I tell you I want to hire a lawyer, and what if I end up not hiring a lawyer? Then am I in trouble or something?
I don't know what you mean. I can arraign you today, explain the charge and the possible penalties. If you choose to go hire your lawyer, I'm going to set a new date and go let you go hire your own lawyer.
Okay. Well, I was never served a summons.
I didn't ask you that.
I understand that.
I didn't ask you that.
You're trying to hold a free trial out of summons?
I'm the judge. I'm not a witness. You want to ask me questions, You're not asking me questions. You're going to only ask me questions about things that you don't understand. You're not going to ask me questions. I'm not a witness.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm just asking you, it's a yes or no. It's very simple. Would you like me to appoint you a lawyer right now to represent you at the arraignment and the pretrial? Yes or no?
And when would the arraignment be?
Right now, as soon as you talk to the lawyer and the lawyer goes and talks to the prosecutor for you.
How can I properly defend myself if I've never been served for something?
I'm not going to debate. They don't pay me enough to debate things with you. I'm not going to debate with you. You either tell me, Judge, I want a lawyer.
Can we adjourn this statement so I can do something properly service?
Sure. Sure.
After confusion at the podium, the judge becomes more direct. He tells the man that he has seen this type of argument many times before. I'm not putting up with it today. The judge says, I've had enough of these sovereign citizen characters who think they run the courthouse. The defendant tries to argue again. I'm not a citizen, he claims. But the judge quickly shuts that down. Well, okay, the judge replies sarcastically. But you're still charged with operating a vehicle with the presence of drugs. The judge then moves the hearing forward and explains the defendant's rights. You have the right to a lawyer, he says. If you want one, I can appoint a lawyer right now. The man seems unsure and begins asking several questions about hiring a lawyer later. The judge tries to simplify things. It's very simple, he says. Do you want a lawyer right now, yes or no? Instead of answering directly, the defendant continues asking complicated questions. How can I properly defend myself, he asks. The judge interrupts again. I'm not here to debate with you. The judge says, just answer the question. The courtroom grows tense again as the man struggles to give a clear response.
And there is an arraignment.
It's just where I explain the charge and the possible penalties and your rights. Or you can go get a lawyer. I'll give you a lawyer. You can talk to the lawyer. You can talk about all this, that you weren't served with a summons and the government is corrupt and the government doesn't do what they're supposed to do. And that's fine. You can raise all those all those defenses, and I will listen to you.
So you will give me an attorney to talk to right now?
Absolutely. Free of charge.
Did you say free of charge?
Free of charge. You're entitled to one. The state adopted these rules. It's not my rule, but they did that about 6, 7, 8 years ago now.
And the arraignment, you want a plea or you want just to understand the charges?
You go talk to a lawyer.
I can walk out here right now and go talk to the lawyer?
Yeah, we're going to give you one. I'll give you a lawyer. John, who will be his lawyer?
Probably.
Is Mr. Crawford here?
Yes, sir.
Who else do we have here today? Who? Who's Tony Carvin and Court Security? What about Christopher Shep?
Great attorney.
All right. So yes, we will set you up with a lawyer. You go right out in the hallway and he's going to give you a
Well,
little.
sir, I'm not fully sure if I want one. It's just an arraignment. You just want them to charges and I just want fully.
Arraignment is where I explain the charge,
Okay.
possible penalties, and your rights. Period. You can have a lawyer to do that with and come in here with a lawyer and have the lawyer go negotiate this case to the extent that he wants to or you want to. Or you can waive your right to a lawyer and I will arraign you.
I believe I can just handle the arraignment, just telling me my rights, correct?
You can say it again. I'm explaining to you the charge, the possible penalties, and your rights.
I can handle this.
You know the form he wanted you to sign that you declined to sign because for whatever reason you decided you wanted to be a little bit more belligerent?
No, not that, sir.
Well, you didn't want to sign the advice of rights form. You can read, right?
I mean,
You can read, right?
The defendant refuses the offer for a lawyer. At this time, no sir, he says. So the judge proceeds with the arraignment. He reads the official charge. It is alleged that you operated a motor vehicle while under the presence of drugs. The judge explains. According to the case file, the incident happened on November 28th at 12:56 a.m. Police reported that the defendant had THC in his system while driving. The judge then explains the possible penalties. This is a misdemeanor, he says. It carries up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine, community service, and points on your driving record. The judge pauses. Do you understand that? The defendant answers in another confusing way. I'm confident of what you said. The judge looks frustrated. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, he replies. Despite the strange responses, the judge continues explaining the defendant's rights, including the right to remain silent and the right to a jury trial. Finally, the judge prepares to enter a plea.
At this day, no, sir.
Okay, do you want me to arraign you then? Without a lawyer?
I would like to prove jurisdiction first, so we can proceed.
You're gonna have to file a motion on that. You don't want a lawyer, right?
Sir, I put in a notice to the first special appearance to come here to challenge jurisdiction only. I'd like to prosecute represent
They don't need
jurisdiction.
they get jurisdiction. The court has jurisdiction.
Can you place that evidence, sir?
The court has jurisdiction.
Can you place that evidence, sir, and explain how I'm bound to that? Any unrevealed contracts?
Unrevealed contracts. What a great country. Huh? Unrevealed contracts. I love this stuff. I love this.
I'm just
You
trying.
want me to arraign you or you want a lawyer?
Like you to prove jurisdictions.
I don't need to prove anything. I'm not a party to the action. I'm the judge. I'm the independent arbiter.
Yet, sir.
It is alleged, sir, that you did operate a motor vehicle while you were under the influence of drugs. They think that you had operated that vehicle on November 28 of 25 at 12:56 in the morning on Allen near Van Horn and Woodhaven, operating with the presence of drugs. It says you had in your system THC. This is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to $500 in fines, 93 days jail, 360 hours community service, court costs, or all those. 6 points would be added to your traffic record. Your license would be suspended or revoked in accordance with your record. And your vehicle could be, or I might have to be immobilized depending upon your record. Do you understand that?
I understand you mean staying with your jurisdiction, no?
I said, do you understand what I just said?
Competent to what you,
You understand what I said, right?
I'm competent to what you said.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Competent. What do you mean?
You have another word for understanding? Sir, I'm just gonna navigate and keep my rights in your courtroom, sir.
It's not my court. I don't see anywhere in here where they deeded me the property. I've never referred to this, not one time, as my court. It's not my court. Well, that just means I'm a little occupant. I'm a tenant here. They gave me the privilege of sitting here for the last 32 years. You see that guy? That was my father, and he was here for 18, the first and best judge of the court ever.
Since the defendant refuses to give a clear plea, the judge decides to enter one for him. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea. The judge says. The defendant objects, but the judge moves forward anyway. You can't have it both ways, the judge explains. It's either guilty, not guilty, or mute. Next, the judge sets the conditions for release. The defendant is given a $1,000 personal bond. He must appear in court for all future hearings and cannot leave the state without permission. Then the judge adds another restriction. No alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal drugs. At that moment, the defendant raises another issue. He claims he is a medical marijuana patient, but the judge immediately explains why that exception will not apply. The allegation in this case is that you were driving under the influence of marijuana. The judge says, so even if you have a medical card, I'm not allowing you to use marijuana while this case is pending. Finally, the judge sets the next court date, March 18th at 9:30. The defendant asks for more time, but the judge refuses. That's 2 weeks, he says. Let's move. The hearing ends with the judge telling him to leave the podium. You've had your fun for one day. The judge says firmly, we'll have more fun going forward.